And hello everyone, you're listening to Medyhne in the Light, and in today's show we are going to cover some wonderful tips, information, thoughts, ideas, guidance about ways that we can be the best that we can be. Knowledge to help us gain our highest potential in this lifetime. Little interesting tidbits of information that might be of value to you. I found all this very interesting and helpful on my path, and maybe it will also be something of great benefit to you. And the first gem that I'd like to share today is being mindful of having a communication with our physical body. Being able to have a two-way stream of communication with our body, in the sense that it can be perceived as a personality or in itself, or an energy that wants to be acknowledged and validated and listened to. And if we perceive our body in that way, we're much more likely to honor it and treat it with respect and kindness. So here is a letter to my body. You might want to write yourself a letter to your body as well, and allow yourself to open the lines of communication so that you can hear what your body's saying to you. Of course, you can also do things like muscle test your body. If, for example, there's a particular food that you think might be perhaps not good for you, and you can muscle test whether your body wants it or not, or if you're drinking enough water, or if the quality of your water is good enough for you. These are all things that you can muscle test, but you can also listen to your body on the inner and allow it to talk to you. So here's a letter to my body. Dear loving and patient body of mine, I now recognize your everlasting loyalty and the wisdom and the knowledge you constantly communicate to me. Even as I listen not, you calmly waited year after year. I now appreciate your speaking out of my truth, your never-lying honesty, which helped save me more times than I was aware. I no longer have to run away and cut off from you, nor do I need to punish or betray you. I let go of suspicions that you never meant to hurt me or work against me. Instead, I acknowledge that you remind me of what is truly in my heart. I now totally trust you. I am therefore able to let go of all the blocks and tensions I store in you. I need never again desert, hurt, or punish myself. I am no longer afraid to love myself. While we're on the topic of the body, there's a wonderful person who is an expert in the area of the physical body called Eric Edmeades, spelled Edmeades. You can access him through Mind Valley as well. And he talks about, with the body, how we can treat it in a way that is going to help us in terms of the food and the nutrition and information about that, as well as exercise. He says that low fat is a lie, and it is sugar, he believes, that has to go from our diet. And he says there are different types of hunger. There's hunger for thirst. So you think you're hungry, but you're actually thirsty. So that's why it's so important to stay well hydrated, or you can overeat. There's hunger for variety. So there's hunger for different types of food, and that could be perhaps your diet is very limited and you're not having a lot of vitamins and minerals, and so you're getting hungry because your body's not getting all the nutrition it needs in terms of those vitamins and minerals and those types of things. Then there's empty stomach hunger, which is more of a true hunger. And then there's low blood sugar hunger. And then there's emotional hunger. So you are hungry because you are emotionally empty or sad, or there's an emotional void and you're trying to fill it with food, or perhaps numb emotions through eating, suppress emotions, and that's emotionally motivated hunger. And then there's nutritional hunger, which in essence he believes is the only real hunger. So when you eat nutritionally rich foods, you feel much better because you don't get the other types of hunger and you're satisfying your body's need for nutrition. So it's essential that you eat enough of all the different types of food so that you're getting a whole range of goodness in your body. And I think that's where people can get stuck. They can often eat the same foods over and over again. So in terms of this gauge of hunger, really good to talk to your body, listen to your body about what type of hunger it's feeling and whether it's real hunger or one of the other categories of hunger that is motivated by something other than nutritional hunger. And on the topic of hunger and weight and bodies, here is a poem that I wrote from my book Hilarious Poems, which you can order a copy via my website medyhne.com, Medyhne. And this poem is about, young teenage girls or women who are obsessed with their weight. And, this can very much also be a cultural imposition that really forces women to value themselves according to how they look. So placing their physical appearance as their gauge for self-worth. And in this poem, it discusses it. It's called Weighty Obsession. Here it is. Is 1 kilo such a crime? Why do girlfriends waste their time whining about being fat? Nothing bores me more than that. When our air could use more trees, they complain of pudgy knees. And though the homeless have no home, they blame their weight and fret and moan. Oh, if I could only eat a smaller meal, I'd be petite. It drives me nuts and bonkers too when there is so much more to do. Why don't we raise some needed cash? Worries would leave in a flash. For sick kids in dire care and leave obsessing over there. Focus on important stuff than perfect looks and all that fluff. Trivia distracting us from making all the proper fuss. Do the things that really matter, not about, I'm getting fatter. Oh, my face is awfully round. I might faint. I gained a pound. I implore teenagers to hear, weight is not the issue here. It's the lack of worth which comes whinging about boobs and bums.